Welcome back, guys, to another Clash Royale video, and today I have some more epic replays from my fellow clan members to show you all, and I've actually got 3 battles today against level 10 opponents. So in this battle here, we have Caleb plays Clash on the bottom as a level 9, and he's facing Nacho Pro, who is a level 10 with some fairly high level cards. His rares are level 8 and his commons are level 11. And speaking as another level 9 player, facing a level 10 is one thing, but facing a level 10 with some high level cards like this, it's a fairly tough thing to do because all of your opponent's troops do so much more damage than yours and have so much more health, so you really are at a uphill battle in a battle like this. Now Nacho Pro is playing a pretty aggressive deck. He has the Giant, the Royal Giant, and the Hog Rider in his deck, so fairly aggressive, and Caleb does a pretty good job in the beginning here defending all of Nacho Pro's pushes, and right here he's going to try and go in with a counter push with that Musketeer and a Hog Rider. But of course, Nacho Pro does have the Tombstone and a level 11 minion horde ready to defend that push. So overall, for these first 2 minutes or so of this battle, both players went back and forth without really doing damage to the other person's tower. So it's pretty interesting seeing how a level 9 can hold off a level 10 with high level cards like this. So right here, Caleb drops down an electric pump right in the middle there. Now, as you can see, Nacho Pro is hovering over that Royal Giant, but he decides to drop the regular Giant way in the back there and start setting up a slow push. Now, Caleb is going to counter by dropping a Valkyrie way in the back of his base. He wants that Valkyrie to meet the Giant on the bridge instead of dropping the Valkyrie closer up and having the Valkyrie meet the Giant in the offensive zone and also getting hit by that crown tower. And right here, Nacho Pro has a pretty aggressive push going on with that Giant and the minion horde, but of course Caleb does have the fireball ready to take care of all that. Now here's the hard thing with facing a Giant Hog Rider deck, is most players only have one defensive structure in their deck, so the whole strategy of the Giant Hog Rider deck is to send in the Giant first to take out that defensive structure, and then sneak in the Hog Rider after to go straight to the tower and damage that crown tower. But of course, Caleb does have the free spell, which in my previous video, where I talked about the zap spell versus the free spell is pretty clutch on defenses, as you'll see throughout this battle here. And right here, Nacho Pro is going to go in with that level 11 Royal Giant, and look how much damage that Royal Giant did when one push, bringing that tower all the way down from full health down to 1300 health. Now right here, Caleb has a pretty strong counter push going on with the Hog Rider, the free spell, and the Valkyrie, bringing his opponent's tower all the way down to 1100 health. And once again, Nacho Pro is going to go in with that Royal Giant. This time, Caleb does have some defensive structures up to distract it, so he's actually going to prevent all the damage to his tower here with the help of that cannon and that fireball. And now we're going into overtime, guys, so this is where things start to get really interesting. Caleb is going to go in with the Hog Rider here, try and get some damage done, and watch this, guys, with the help of that free spell. Like I mentioned in my previous video, the free spell in overtime can make for some pretty clutch victories, as you'll see right here. Hog Rider snuck in there, bringing the tower all the way down to 150 health, and all Caleb needed to do was use one more fireball to take it out and get the 1 crown victory. Let's go ahead to the next replay here. So here we are, guys, with the next replay. On the bottom, as a level 9, we have KingJ, and he's facing a level 10. On the top, we have Pro Gamer 9. Now, Gamer has some pretty high level cards. Some of his rares are level 8, and some of his commons are level 11. So, King is at a pretty big disadvantage here. Now, Gamer is using the Giant Royal Giant combo, which is pretty aggressive, but honestly, I haven't seen too many people use it. Now, right here, King is going to go in with that Hog Rider push on the right-hand side. But unfortunately, Gamer does have the minion horde ready to take it out. Now watch this right here, guys. The Giant is going in there, and King did drop the Inferno Tower down. But with that free spell, the Giant actually kills the Inferno Tower. And now, Gamer is going to follow it up with a Royal Giant combo. And watch how much damage these 2 Giants do together, guys. So we're only a minute into this battle here, and King is down a tower already, so things aren't really looking too good so far. And right here, King is going to do a counter push with that Valkyrie and the Spear Goblins. Now watch this, guys. The Fireball goes down, taking out those Spear Goblins, which honestly, in my opinion, was kind of a waste. And right here, the Ice Wizard goes down to take out that Valkyrie. Now I'm noticing more and more recently how strong the Ice Wizard is as a card. It offers insane value for only 3 elixir, and being a free-to-play player that still has no legendary cards in their deck, it's honestly starting to get a little bit frustrating facing a lot of people having princesses and ice wizards in their deck. Now right there, King was able to go in on the right hand side with that Hog Rider and do some damage to that tower, bringing it all the way down to 1500 health. And take a look at this, guys. Gamer kind of makes a mistake here. He drops down the Giant when he doesn't really have any elixir left to support it, and as a result, the Giant will go in there and just pretty much get killed and not get too much stuff accomplished. And now right here, King has a pretty strong counter push going on, and watch what he does right here. He uses that Hog Rider to push the Valkyrie all the way to the tower, and together they're going to do an insane amount of damage, bringing that tower all the way down to like 70 health. So all he needs now is one more fireball on that tower to even up the score here. But Pro Gamer 9 is going to come back with a pretty strong counter push right here. He's going to go in right in the middle there with that Royal Giant. Now if you guys are using the Royal Giant and you have one tower down on your opponent's base, you can actually place the Royal Giant in a position where the King Tower can't target it, but your Royal Giant can still target the other Crown Tower. So you have to place it a little bit closer to the river. Now right there on the right hand side, KingJ was able to go in with some Spear Goblins and actually take out that tower, evening up the score to 1 crown apiece here. And watch this, guys. Hog Rider's going to go in there, sneak through that minion horde, and get one hit off on that tower, bringing it down to 2300 health. And now we're going into overtime, guys. Things are really starting to get interesting. Pro Gamer 9 is going to go in with the double Giant combo. Now KingJ does have the Inferno Tower ready to take out that Royal Giant, but unfortunately the double Giant combo is a little bit too strong for it, and the Giant will make his way to the King Tower. And watch this, guys. Free spell goes down, Giant gets a couple hits off on the King Tower, bringing it all the way down to 1800 health. But watch this, Hog Rider is going to sneak in there with the help of a Fireball and a Zap spell. The Hog Rider will bring that tower down all the way to 1200 health. And look at this counter push right here, guys. KingJ has a bunch of goblins and archers, and the Hog Rider will make his way to that tower, getting a couple hits off. Now Pro Gamer 9 is forced to use that free spell on the Hog Rider Valkyrie combo, but of course the archers do sneak in there and finish it off, giving KingJ the 2 crown victory. Let's go ahead to one final replay here. So here we are, guys, with the final replay. On the bottom as a level 9 we have Shen, and on the top as a level 10 we have Jason. Now Shen is using a giant 3 Musketeer combo, which honestly you don't see used very much anymore, but when I used this deck a little while ago, it was one of my favorite decks to use just because of how much fun it is. Now Shen is going to start setting up a push here with the Giant way in the back, and Jason actually started out with a mirrored Elixir Pump, so he's pretty low on Elixir here. I don't really know if he's going to have enough Elixir left to defend this push. And watch this push right here, guys. The Giant is making his way up front with the 3 Musketeers behind it, and with that Rage spell, even though Jason did use the Valkyrie to try and take out the Musketeers do so much damage together under a Rage spell. They take out that tower in a couple of seconds, giving Shen the 1 crown lead so far. Now watch this next little exchange right here. Jason is going to get down multiple princesses. So right there goes down the 2nd princess, and then the mirror goes down with a 3rd princess. And watch all this princess damage right here, guys. Now Shen does have the arrows in his deck, but of course the princesses are too far apart for the arrows to kill all of them. So he decides to just absorb this damage here, take it, and save up some elixir and drop down another set of 3 Musketeers. And watch what happens next here, guys. The Valkyrie is making her way up to the tower here. Now Shen's towers are getting pretty low because of all the princess damage. And watch this. Shen loses a tower there, drops down to 3 Musketeers, but watch how much damage these 3 Musketeers do here on a counter push. Now just in time here, Shen drops down a Giant in front of those 3 Musketeers to tank. And watch this, guys. The Giant absorbs all of those Spear Goblins' fire. Now if one of those Spear Goblins actually hit one of the Musketeers, they're so weak that they would die. So watch this counter push right here, guys. The Valkyrie goes down, takes out 1 Musketeer, but it misses the 2nd Musketeer. And as a result, Shen gets a 2 crown lead so far. So things are really looking good here. There's 50 seconds left in this battle. Shen has a 2 crown lead so far. Now Jason drops down a princess once again. Shen is going to go ahead with the barbarians to take her out. And right here, the Hog Rider is going to go in there, but it will be distracted by that cannon. Now watch this, guys. Jason is going to go in with a mirrored Hog Rider push, which honestly I haven't seen used a whole lot, but it does seem pretty deadly. Now fortunately, Shen does a pretty good job defending that mirrored Hog Rider push. And right here, watch these 3 Musketeers kill that Valkyrie just before it reaches them. And look at this, guys. The giant goes down, but unfortunately the giant is behind the musketeers. But watch what happens here. Jason drops down a spear goblin hut, and that actually allows the giant to get in front of the musketeers, and as a result the giant will tank the king tower fire. And take a look at this, guys. 7 seconds left. The musketeers under the rage spell will kill it, giving Shen the 3-crown victory. Anyways, that's gonna do it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.